Hi everyone, welcome back to RC Pie and the thing I know you've all been waiting for, me in a silly hat. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to lose the silly hat. Exciting day, got a new parcel, and this time I've not had to pay for it. So that's pretty cool. Yes, a company that I have to say I'd never heard of had written to me and asked me if I'd like to have a look at one of their cars. Now, it is a basher, so not usually my thing, but I'm willing to give any kind of RC a go. So let's get it open and see what we've got inside the box. So, there we are. Not too big, not too small. So it's a DeeRC, that's the company, and it's a brushless 1611. Oh, so we've got another of these, not giving things names, giving things numbers. Not so sure about that. But four-wheel drive off-road truck. Fairly plain box, I don't dislike that. Doesn't say a lot. There is a little photo on the bottom there of what the truck is like, but just a few details on top. We've got brushless motor, hydraulic shock absorbers, full metal driving system, 2.4 gig of course, 2 batteries and metal gear differential. Let's open this up. So what do we get in the box? Well, the car. Quite a nice looking unit straight away. It's that smaller scale, you know, things like the Gorgons, and I can't think of the names of the other ones, but there's been a few smaller scale bashers that have been doing really well recently. So this is that sort of scale again. It says 14th scale. I don't know whether that's accurate or not, but it's certainly going to be around that mark. Transmitter, straightforward, standard pistol grip. It's a good size, comfortable for me. I've got quite big hands. 4 AAs there, so I'll just put that lid on there. Power switch, power light and battery light. I guess that's green flashing because it's not connected. We've got steering trim, steering dual rate, chassis lights, headlight, throttle dual rate, and the power button of course. What is quite nice is you've got a nice sponge grip on that wheel, and that wheel feels quite nice, it's quite firm. I quite like that. The real surprise on this is that there's no branding. I would have thought that's a perfect place to stick a brand on there, but there we go. Doesn't feel like a bad unit. Now, very interestingly, we've got 2 batteries, but looking at these, they are totally bespoke units. They've got a power button of some description. I guess that's just showing the charge, or is that actually a power button? I don't know. But that's very interesting. It's got its own, it's a built-in Dean's socket, which is quite interesting indeed. So they're sort of bespoke and sort of not, but it's just putting it in an easier unit. Oh, and it's got a balance socket on the side as well. That's quite interesting, I quite like that. We've got a wheelie bar here, which will need attaching. A couple of spare wheel nuts and axle pins, or hex pins, and a set of spare body pins. So that's nice. So we've got body pins on here with the rubber tags, but a spare set as well, and a cross wrench as well, and the ubiquitous USB charger, balance charger, and an instruction book. Instruction book with parts list as well, or accessory list. It looks like a parts list. That's in a few languages. Right, let's have a closer look at the car. So the car itself, it immediately feels quite nice. You know, we're not going hobby grade here, we're going somewhere between toy grade and hobby grade. I suppose the upper end of toy grade or the lower end of hobby grade, I don't know, somewhere. Or that's what I initially think, especially going off this price point. I think these are £140 at Amazon at the moment. I'll put a link below. It looks nice. You can see straight away we've got strips of LEDs along the bottom of the chassis there. I have put the wheelie bar on already. That was just 3 screws to get that wheelie bar on, and it all feels quite nice. So I'll take the body pins off. We've got a speed controller here. I think it said it's 45 amp speed controller. Warning sticker on the motor heatsink. High temperature, do not touch. Right, don't leave the sticker on there. So it's brushless motor that's got a heatsink on there, so I guess it's going to be running fairly hot. You can see straight away we've got a Dean's lead there, so I guess you'd be able to put any kind of battery in there. You don't need their own specific one, which could be handy because it does say that it's 3S ready. Now I've not got any small 3S batteries, but I'll see if I can perhaps borrow one off one of my friends. Everything looks quite nice. It's all plastic, but it feels like it's a good quality plastic that's not going to just shatter. That's the initial feel as far as I can see. Steering, there is a servo saver on there, so that should help it to last. All the mechanism looks quite good. Can't see the drive shaft for the front to rear drive, so I guess that's hidden away inside some casing there, which isn't a bad thing. We often see these drive shafts very exposed, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I quite like that. I think this cabling is supposed to be there, protected. That's for another light bar at the front. The shocks feel quite nice. It feels like there is some oil in there as well, so that's quite good. Look, decent sort of gauge. The only thing I don't like the look of there is the way that they're mounted with these like washer-headed screws. But overall, I think that looks like quite a nice unit. The drive shafts themselves look like quite a good gauge. Nice and thick, those. Let's have a look, listen to what the differential sounds like. I mean, you can tell it's metal, not nylon, but it doesn't sound bad in any way. All sounds and feels fairly free. We're not getting, actually, this feels a little bit like the rear differential is loose. Maybe needs tightening up. I might have to investigate that. As you can see, when I'm turning one, the other isn't going the other way straight away. Front is. So that might be worth a little look at, see what's going on there. Right, I've just connected the battery, and I wanted to show you how it fits because I think it's a really nice system. It's got this bar on there, so that goes into a slot, so you can't get it the wrong way around. That's nice and easy. Hinged bar down, and then a lock on there. Cabling's nice and tidy. Everything is nice and tidy. I think that is a really nice system for this sort of level of car. I think that's as good as I've seen. That's really well done. Well done, DeeRC. Right, battery's in, the body's back on. I'm going to turn it on and see if it works. So, where was the power switch? Oh, it's on the speed controller, which is fine, but can I reach it? Yes. Ooh. Right, wow. So lights wise, we've got, I don't know how blinding they're going to be for you, but we've got a white light on that roof bar, we've got red on the back, we've got a kind of neon blue on the front, and then those two strips underneath are that blue as well. Let's try these switches on the transmitter. The headlight one, right, so the headlight one has switched the chassis lights off. I think those are plugged into the wrong plugs, but no big deal. So the blue ones have gone off with that switch. Yeah. Oh, green now. Yellow, red, purple, teal, white, pink. Oh, this is colour changing now. Wow. What about the ones underneath? I think they're just blue. I tell you what, this may seem like a bit of a silly thing, having different coloured lights on the bumper, but if you were driving these with friends, having that different light colour is a really nice idea. Let's have a look at the headlight button then, or the other button. Oh no! Ah! So the chassis light, the headlight button, on and off, in fact no, not on and off, the headlight button changes this colour, and the chassis light button changes the ones underneath. Wow, that's cool! What a nice feature! You can have it pulsing. It's a bit like Christmas lights, which, you know, is kind of appropriate. Right, I'm going to try and get them both to green. There we go. So we've got green lights. Cool. Check steering. Seems decent. Just going to see how much power it's got. Servo saver is working there. That's good. And check the throttle. Don't want to burn my hands here. Right, so the one issue we do have there is the actuation is not the best. Minimum speed is going to be significant. I don't know whether I can do this on the table. Yeah, so there's no crawling around with it really slowly, but it's not a crawler. I would like to see that bottom end being a little bit slower, but doesn't seem too bad. And top speed, sounds like it's going to be pretty quick. And that's with dual rate turned right up. I'm going to try turning dual rate down. It's maybe a bit better, don't know. But definitely a lower top speed. Now I like to see this. I like to see a dual rate on any kind of toy grade car, because it's opening up your market to much younger ages as well. That now, with that dual rate turned down, that looks like it's going to be more manageable for younger kids, which is always a good thing. I've got to say, I like it. I like it. I mean, I've not driven it yet, and I will when the weather lets me, because it's not very nice today. I'll definitely be taking it out, having a good drive. But my first impressions are actually that the build quality seems really good. The plastics seem nice. You know, I've had cars that have cost twice as much as this that have had cheaper feeling plastics. This feels quite good. Tyres feel quite good and feel like they're going to last reasonably well. They're reasonably deep treads, those. I don't know what size they are or how easy it would be to get aftermarket tyres for that. Will you need it? Don't know. Will the tyres outlast the car, or will the car outlast the tyres? Don't know. We will find out a bit more about that when we run it. But first impressions are that that's actually a really nice little unit, and I'm quite looking forward to giving it a drive. I'm also quite looking forward to driving that alongside some other more expensive offerings from other companies and seeing how it compares. But like I say, first impressions are wonderful. So thanks a lot to DeeRC for sending this to me. If you want to get hold of one of these, have a look in the description and I'll stick a link into where you can get hold of one of those. What more do I need to say? Well, please subscribe to RC Pi if you haven't. Stay tuned for the running video of this. I'll get that done as soon as possible. Hopefully by the time you're watching this I've already done it, but we will see. But for now, from me here in the kitchen in Lapland? I don't know. Thanks for watching and see you soon on RC Pi. Take care out there.